bullet journals, art projects, organized planner chic.
Hello and welcome to Organized Planner Chic. I'm Lucinda and this is my first video for 2019. So Happy New Year! Are you guys excited to kick things off and do some new things in your life? Well, I am, and one of my goals was to get my craft room / studio in order in a way that was just where everything was more easily accessible and that I would be more productive and I'd feel more relaxed and less stressed trying to rummage through things. And even though I'm a real organized person, I still had to move a box or move a container to get to another container, that kind of thing, and sometimes that was too much trouble. So I definitely put forth the effort, budgeted, used my Christmas money that I got as gifts to do what I thought would work best for me. So I'm going to do a tour and let's get to it. And here it is. Just going to do a quick overview to show you guys what it looks like all around, and then I will break everything down. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, just to let you know, my office / craft room / studio is less than half of the dining room. And yeah, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start. So I'm trying to step back a little bit so you can kind of see how it looks when I walk in. So when I go to work, I'm walking this way, and then I come and I sit down in that chair. Alright, so we'll start back in this corner. Up here at the top, my daughter made this for me last Christmas of 2017, and it's the name of my business, Organized Planner Chic. She did it on canvas, and if you notice, that owl is my logo. I loved it so much that I use it on everything for my business now. So that's in the top corner, and I'm going to kind of turn back this way. It's kind of hard to get the good view from back here because it is just like it's like a closet. Okay, so there's that, and then right under that to the left is kind of my station for all of my traveler's notebook stuff, going down to the floor there. So you see those drawers, and that basket, and then this little bouquet. So this bouquet is, I just made it out of some 99-cent store and Dollar Tree flowers. May of 2017 I made this, and it was in the centerpiece of my dining room table, but it goes really well with the pastel theme of my office, so I just sit it on top of that basket because it just looks cute. But what's inside of the basket here is all of my threads, all my embroidery thread that I use to make traveler's notebooks for my Organized Planner Chic Etsy shop. And I just got that basket at the half off day. So here in Arizona, in this part anyway, where Phoenix is, all of the every other Saturday is half off Saturday, and so I got that basket for like $1. I think $1.50, because I think it was $1.99 originally. And then these drawers I got, I think at back to school time, they were probably $11 and change at Walmart. And then inside of here I have some other things for traveler's notebooks, because again, this is my traveler's notebook station. So inside this I have elastics. Let me get focused here. Elastic for journals. Let's see. And then under that I have lower quality elastics in a container. They're like, here, I'll show you really quickly. They're the kind that you use to put inserts in, but they're not the thick kind. They're kind of thin. There's some little leftovers. So I want to make sure I don't use those whenever I make traveler's notebooks for customers. But if I'm just needing some additional elastic to add an insert or something for personal use, then I'll use that. And then the elastic in here is just the kind that you can get at Dollar Tree there. Okay, and then for headband, those are basically headbands. And then inside of this I have sewing tools. So in here I've got right now some thread, some pins, stick pins, measuring tape, thimbles. Okay, and then underneath there I have the good traveler's notebook elastic. So I'll show you that. And so this is the thicker and stronger kind. And then I have one more thing in this drawer. Okay, let's focus camera. There we go. One more thing in this drawer, and it's just some sewing tools. I think there's only one thing in here right now. Sewing tools that don't fit in that other container. So right now all that's in here is, I think, a seam ripper. Oh, it's not even on that side. Yeah, right there you can see there's a seam ripper in there. Oh no, I have one more thing. So then, let's get you back in there. Okay, and then in here is just some, I think I taped it on here, sewing needles. Okay, because I hand sew the embroidery gosh, I can't talk. I hand sew the embroidery thread on my Lucinda Dory Traveler's Notebooks and my Etsy shop. Okay, so these are just some templates for cutting fabric for my T-ends and some binder clips for holding some things in place when I cut. Depending on what the material is, because I make some out of fabric and I make some out of materials that I recycle, like cereal boxes and cracker boxes and things like that. This is a set of storage cases that I have not used yet, but I'm sure I will fill it up. And then there's this one is empty too. Everything else is full. So this one I got from the 99-cent only store, $1.99 for 3. That's a really good deal. You can see that. And then this one is from Dollar Tree. And then this has charms and charm pieces for Traveler's Notebooks. And then let's put all this stuff back, and I'll show you what's in the other ones. And then inside this one are plastic beads for making, little beads that hang off of your Traveler's Notebooks, sort of like bookmarks and decorations. And then these are some wooden beads, and these containers both came from Dollar Tree. And then underneath that is buttons. All right, and sometimes I use these around the outside of the Traveler's Notebooks around the elastic for decor. And then under that is a little kit for grommets. I think I'm saying the right word. Yeah, I got that for, I think it was like $11 through Amazon, and it's got a bunch of different, you can see there, it's all full of different ones, of different colors. Okay, but they're all the same size. Okay, and that is everything in that drawer. So let's put these back. And then I've got the bottom drawer that has fabric. I believe that's where all the fabric starts. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera. And so these are, both of these baggies have fabric and polypropylene and things that have already been trimmed to make Traveler's Notebooks. And then under here, under that are 2 different types of polyester batting. And so some of my Traveler's Notebooks have batting inside with the elastic. And then these last 3 drawers in this mint container are all are all fabric. So there's fabric there and fabric there and fabric there. Okay, and then right to the left of that, right under the sign is, let's get focused, there we go. Right under that is I made, and I got this idea from a video, YouTube video. I cannot remember which one it was. If I can find it, I'll link it in the comments below. But this is how I'm storing my watercolors in the tubes. Watercolors that are in the tubes, and my gouache. So this part is watercolor, and that's all Pentel, and underneath this is Artist Loft gouache. Now I have other watercolor tubes, but I am donating most of those because I did not like the brands that I had, and one set of it smells really, really bad. So I think I'm gonna I still have it, but I think I'm gonna donate those and just get some others as I need them as far as the tubes go. Now the palettes, I'll show you that in a little bit. Then under that I have my laptop. I don't have a desktop anymore. I haven't had a desktop in forever because I use my laptop for everything and I like the convenience to take it anywhere I want. So that's my Lenovo laptop, and right on top of that, that is a Bluetooth speaker that goes with my pastel themes for my office really well, and I got that at the 99-cent store for $7.99. Oh, and to make this, I use the thing that's holding the tubes of watercolor. I just used foam board from the Dollar Tree, and then all of these little hooks, the adhesive hooks, came from the 99-cent store, and there were 16 in the pack, each for $1. And then this is a set of drawers that I've had. I got those around Christmas last year with Christmas money, and I'm going to eventually replace those with something that's white and made of wood, but this is what I have right now. And you can see I broke this top drawer. The drawer is sturdy enough, it's just that I was pulling on it from the side over and over while I was sitting at my desk, and over time it just popped out. So I taped it up. That's why it looks like that until it's time to replace it, and the tape works just fine. Okay, so inside of here I need to move this lamp, but I have some cutters, paper cutters. So I have 2 paper trimmers in here. One is Recollections, this one, and this one is Paper Studio. And then let me go ahead and move this lamp. And then in here, in this caboodle, I have all of my inks, like ink bottles, and for using like for Inktober or anytime you want to do art with ink. So there's a lot of different ink in there, and there's also some Jane Davenport mermaid markers in there, which are full of ink. And then here I have the very few stamps that I have, not very many. I'm not a big stamper, but I do have a few, and I might get a few more if I just fall in love with them. And then inside this container, oops, sorry about that noise. Inside this container are, what's marked on here, decorative paper clips, pen loops, pom-poms, and bookmarks. All right, and that's what's in there. Okay. And then we'll go to the next drawer. And I have a big paper trimmer that I'll show you here in a little bit. All right, and a cutting mat. This drawer is all electronic stuff for any purpose. My tripod is in there, and the thing that I use, this thing that holds my phone and clips onto my desk for videoing over or filming overhead, and headphones and all that kind of stuff is in here. And then this drawer is a little light right now from reorganizing everything. So all that's in here right now is my bag with all of my stuff that I'm taking to Tokyo in 2020, my traveler's notebook and my watercolor palette and all that stuff. So I have room here now to add fabric, a lot of fabric or whatever. I think that's what I'm going to put in there. I haven't decided 100% for sure. And I may split up some of this paper. So this drawer doesn't close very well because the paper is heavy. This is not any craft paper. This is all sketch paper, multimedia paper, watercolor paper. All that art type of paper is in here. Rice paper. Okay. And then, so we've covered everything right there. Everything right there. Dresser. Okay, so now we're going to move to this direction to the right of the organized planner sheet. Okay, so above that, you can kind of see here we've got some art on either side, and at the top is just some of my original art. And then right here my son made in 2017 for me for Christmas, and it is just a really beautiful depiction of Oklahoma City, part of the skyline and the state of Oklahoma, which is where I'm from. We moved here to the Phoenix area from Oklahoma. And then this is a, what do you call it, pegboard? And I got that from our store. I had a part-time job at a fine art and framing shop, and it closed, and I bought that. I think it only cost $1 as part of going out of business, and I decorated with some of the different supplies. So up there at the top, I've got a dowel rod and some ribbon, and I mounted this directly to the wall. I forgot about using foam board first, so I had to be creative. So I used some zip ties to go through the holes because I can't go around the edges because I can't go through in the center because of the way it's mounted. So I did that, and then I used a little clip to hold those different stickers that you can get. They're wall hangings from Dollar Tree. And then I used a couple, or actually I used 4 different hangers. It was a pack of 10, I think, pink hangers that I got from the 99-cent store, and it's holding washi. And I've got some more washi I'll show you in a little bit. And of course I used some zip ties for that. Here, this is actually a shower curtain loop that I got from Dollar Tree, and that's holding my mini glue gun, and same thing is holding my measuring not measuring tape, but you know, whatever that's called, and yeah, measuring tape. And then under that, so here's the top, and then I'll stand in the very back from the dining room so you can see all of this a little bit better. And then this is a tray here over to the left that my daughter gave me. I think it's beautiful, but it's going to also hold my vision board. It's in my vision board is in my traveler's notebook right now, or my bullet journal, which is housed in a traveler's notebook, but I will have it hanging from there. And then this is holding some stencil. I got that from the Dollar Tree, the bag, but the stencil came from the 99-cent only store, and then there's more stencil. It was all one set of stencil for I think $1.99, maybe, might have just been $1, but I put the circular ones in here in this bag from the Dollar Tree, and the flat ones in there. I also have an even bigger one that won't fit. And then here below all of that, let's get focused. Below all of that, I have a Lazy Susan that I made out of toilet paper rolls, and I actually need to do a little bit more work on it and add some more rolls here in the back for some more tools. And I just painted them with some pink pastel paint, craft paint from Walmart. And then this is holding my cables, focus, holding my cables from, I got this, a pack of 2 from the 99-cent only store for $1. And then this was from some of my shelving that you'll see in the back. I had an extra piece, but it's perfect with a couple of drawing books, sketchbooks, hardback sketchbooks on top of it, and my DIY drafting or drawing table, whatever, it's not a table, but but I made that out of some foam board and tape and screws. This was from a clipboard, and I screwed that on, and that helps me draw without hurting my back and my shoulders and my neck, and everything is at the perfect height. And then I use this little space right here to put headphones, and usually I have a mug of something to drink right next to it. So that is what that portion of my desk, which is actually just a table, and here on the other end of it, it's a folding table. You can kind of see the legs right over there. So I'm going to move this lamp over here back. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm moving it, that lamp right there. Okay, and then, so I'm going to turn the camera this angle. All right, so there on the other side of the desk, so here's the left of the desk, the table desk. And then here on the right, I made these. So this holds my markers and pens that aren't black. The black ones are mostly, almost all of them are there. And this zip bag that I got from Hobby Lobby, I think it was 7 something after 40% off. And then the other black ones are just right here, the Lazy Susan. Okay, oh, also to show you my little angled desk top, has space right here to stick things in. Okay, so there's all the markers and, let's focus, markers and pens and everything that aren't black. And then this I made to hold color pencils, but most of them are not there. So I'm kind of trying to decide what I want to do about that. We'll see. I'll show you the rest of them where they are here in a moment. And then this just holds candle or essential oils. Normally there's some coconut oil in there right now. My daughter was sick and I put some eucalyptus and things in there to make her feel better, and a little candle warmer. I got the candle warmer at Goodwill for $1. It was half off day and it was $1.99, so yeah. Okay, so then that is the other part, and then in front of this little case I've got some tools, a few tools. I've got some silicone and some kind of pliers and a few knickknacks, and then my brushes. Most of the brushes that I use are in here. 99% of them are, and I'll show you where the few others are. And then this is my chair. So this is my chair that I got recently from Goodwill at 50% off, and so I got it for $4, yes. So, and it matches perfectly with the office, I think. So I'm going to pull it out and show you. And then on top of it, I have this really pretty green blanket or throw for whenever I get cold. And then, oops, sorry, my finger's in the way. And then underneath there, I have this. Now it's sitting on top of the chair wheels right now so that I can push the chair all the way through, but this holds all my wires, and when I'm sitting down it's up against the wall out of the way. But I'm going to improve on that, so when I'm not sitting down, I push the chair and it's down here. But I'm going to improve on that by getting everything mounted right under the desk in the future so that I don't have to move it at all. Okay, so then you saw this lamp. Let's get focused again. And then there's a lamp right here. They have daylight bulbs in them, so do all of the little ones that are sticking out, but they get really, really bright. All right. Okay, and that's what I just use for my lighting. And then underneath the table here, I've got my little trash can, and then I've got this container that holds all my different adhesives and glues, and I got that at Hobby Lobby. It's a little dark down here, so you can't see as well. And then I've got a little mat sometimes for when I'm painting down there. Oh, and also in that tool drawer, or not tool drawer, but the drawer that had all my electronics, my easel was in there as well. Okay, and then, so below Ryan's piece of art, we've got a piece of my original art that says Lucinda Dory Planners, and to the right of that was the store that I had my part-time job as, I was a part-time manager, gosh, I can't even think, and a fine art and framing store, and we went out of business. And then that's a little picture of the original store back in whatever year when it was first created, that we gave all of us employees, all the workers, whenever we left, everybody signed. It was really nice, so it's memorable to me. Then under that, these were individual drawers from Dollar Tree, and I taped them all together just with clear tape to make it one big set. So let me take that off and you can see. And so it just becomes one big set, and it's basically my desk office supply kind of thing. I think it looks pretty. I don't grab these things very often, but when I need them, I know where they are. And just right here, I have a little bag for when I need to grab some tools to use playing on the go, and under there are my compression gloves. And then in here is basically, oops, knock that down. And here is basically things that I'm working on, projects, things that I need to find a place for now that I've reorganized. So like this is too big for the rest of to fit in the bag with the rest of the big stencils, and this is a project I'm working on. And then underneath that are my mailing, the bulk of my mailing envelopes for my Etsy shop, and my business cards and punch cards for discounts from my shop that I don't have a place for on the other side of my shop that I'll show you in a moment. These are the rest of those pink hangers. And then I got these two sets of these from the 99-cent only store to hold different little bits. So they were $1.99 each. Isn't that awesome? And so right now I've just got like some hanging bits in there. Things for hanging things. Okay, get you back in the drawer. And then got a couple more drawers. Let's put those at. And then I've got in here some more inserts. This has inserts, this container for traveler's notebooks. And then this container here has inserts for traveler's notebooks. This has pens, pencils, and erasers for photos. Like, they're for staging because they're not the kind that I use, and they're just pretty. And then this one again has more inserts, and then right in between there is a what do you call it, apron for painting. I've got another one in the bottom, or in the next, no, the bottom drawer, I think. And then here is all my watercolor cans and watercolor water type things, like pastels. Got water soluble pastels and watercolor crayons, and some more watercolor type crayons and pastels in there. And then in between here, right here, I've got some pans for mixing and painting. There's one down there in the middle. I've got my water brushes, or the ones that aren't already in a pan here, water brushes, and a little bowl for water. Got a couple others of those. And then these are all pans. They're either liquid pans with dry watercolor, or the tubes that I've put paint in there to paint. So these are all pans of watercolor. And then here I've got acrylic paints, some more acrylic paints, bigger, some paint roller brushes, some more acrylic paint, and some acrylic paint pens. All right, so watercolor, acrylic. And then we're going to go to the other side and we'll wrap this up. Okay, so here on the wall, well, here on the floor, I've got a couple of pink and white rugs that I got from IKEA for, I think they were $2.99 each. Might have been less than that, actually. And I got this really nice Berber rug from Goodwill. I think I spent maybe $7. I think it might have been less than that. And then this little rug that came from 99-cent only store, and I think it was $5. Another, I'll come back to that, and we're going to go around this way. Here's my certificate for completing PTSD therapy, and you can check out that series of videos. And then this I got from 99-cent only store. It's going to hold my routines, my schedule for my routines, and probably my schedule for the week also. Some gift bags hanging there. This is my DIY, what do you call it, DIY photo box. It looks crazy, but it really works. And then underneath that is a big paper cutter, and underneath that you see the little pink thing is my cutter, self-healing cutting mat. And then to the left of that is my Bosch. It's used to staple the inside of inserts. Okay, and then under that I have my laminator pouches for making dashboards. And then in this little box I just covered it with craft papers holding some inserts, and also my Canon printer cartridges. And under these I have some photo paper and printer paper. And then these inserts, old inserts, are just sitting there to hold this the Scotch laminating machine, so it's not tilted. Some crayons, I think that's a box of like 100 and something crayons. And then under there is my Canon printer, which is the MX490. I really love it. It's a printer, copier, and scanner. And then I've got some boxes under here that are holding plastic bags. And then under here, it's a little dark, but I've got a giant thing of Mod Podge. And under there I have some gloss, what do you call it, gesso? No, I think it's gloss medium. This is some, I can't even see, white acrylic gesso, yeah. And then, oh yeah, my medium, where did I put the medium? Now that I've cleaned everything, I'm not sure where it went. Okay, and let's get you back. And then everything else in this basket is giveaway stuff, so I'm not going to go through that. You know, you got a peek of it now. All right, let's close that. Okay, and then in here are the lamps, extra lamps for my photo box, and a dryer, hair dryer for drying paint, and then a few little props for photos. Alright, and so that's how this stand right here looks. Okay, and then to the left of that is another stand, and in here is all different types of tape. Got lots of different kinds. In this basket I got from Goodwill, half off, and it was $2.50, I think. And then under that, these are my most frequently used everyday traveler's notebooks. I made, and bullet journals inside. This one holds my bullet journal and an insert for everyday traveler's notebook. I made that. I made this one. It holds my Stylogy. I made this one. It holds my goals bullet journal. I made this one. It holds, what does this one even hold? I can't think right now. I have to look through it. This one keeps inventory of all my art. I did not make this one. This one is Shane Davenport. I made this one. It's my Traveler's Notebook Bible Bullet Journal. I made this one. It's my Christmas Traveler's Notebook. This one came from John, he's one of my subscribers, and I'm sorry, I said John. I didn't know him. Dean, and he's in my Organized Plan Sheet Crew Facebook group, and he's one of my subscribers. This is my phone information box. I covered it with everything, and then I've got some different things for record, well, some different art related books in here, records from my kids in college. And then this has other traveler's notebooks, some I made and some I didn't, and some old ones right in here when I used to use make some really big long ones. And then down here are my inventory for my products. They're in all of these different binders, and this one at the end is my business records for the current year. And so then you can see all of that. Okay, and then here is the last stand. So this one holds all my sketching stuff. So these are all color pencils, sketching pencils, a sketchbook. Oh, this is actually for our family dry erase board calendar. Some sharpeners. This is erasable pens that sponsor gave me from a company called Parku. Am I saying that right? And then these are sketching pencils, and this all right in here and all right in here are Prismacolor color pencils. And then this is a new set that I haven't used yet that I got from 99 cent store, but it was $1.99, and I tested them and they're as good as Crayola. All right, and then under there is my mailing station for incoming, outgoing mail, and everything you need, everything I need to package a order from my Etsy shop. And I made all of that with just boxes of things that had, you know, food in them, dry goods, and wrapping paper. And under here I've got stickers there, and then some journals and planners there. This is what I carry when I need to really do some real planning and art when I'm away from home, out of town, on a plane, whatever. And under here is my paper, my craft paper, which I'm going to redo. None of that's going to look like that by the time I do a next office or craft room and studio tour, because that's a mess. I mean, it's all there neatly, but I have to remove, like if I want to get to that bottom stack of paper, I have to move all the top ones. And then this has the little pieces down there. And then here I've just got a container that has my wrapping paper, and then this bag and this green bag behind it, because this is a dining room chair, holds bags to carry things related, you know, to arts and crafts. And then this is previous year's tax stuff to get ready for New Year. And then this whole thing on wheels is my thing that I use for journaling. So I'm sorry, for journaling and for trying to focus, come on, for journaling and for pen pals. So I have everything I need there for adhesives and such, and all in here, I don't know why it's not focusing, there we go. All in here are different types of paper and things to put in there. Down here is doilies and all kinds of just little bits and bobs to put in journals and to put in pen paling. Alright, so I'm going to stand at this corner so you can kind of see it a little better. That's how it looks from this angle. And back here, I'll show you one more angle, or two more angles. There's that, and then I'll walk back here from the dining room and you can kind of see how that wall looks from back here. And that's it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. All of my subscribers get an additional discount from my Organized Planner Chic Etsy shop, and that discount is in the comments below, and there's a new one every month. And be sure and check out my Organized Planner Chic Crew Facebook group, where I create a free coloring page that you can download every month, and I do frequent giveaways. And until next time, happy planning!